Assalamualaikum and good morning, everyone. I really appreciate all of you for attending the important meeting today. We shall introduce ourselves before we start our agenda today, shall we? I will
Yes.
start first. My name is Firdaus, and I am the representative of the Student Council for our meeting today. I also invited Sharifah, the secretary of the council, and Shafiqah, the treasurer, to ease our meeting for today. Now, please introduce yourself and what course you are from.
Hi everyone, I am Arif and Shafiqah. We are from the engineering course under the Faculty of Mechanical.
Greetings. I am Nuraina and my friend Izzah. We represent the medical course from the Faculty of Medicine.
Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Asma and I am with my friend Aina and we are from TESOL under the Faculty of Languages and Communication.
Mm. Good. Now we all have known each other. Shall we start?
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Now let's start by checking the attendance first. Sharifah, is there any apologies for absence for today?
There is no absence for today. Everyone is here and I think we can start the meeting anytime.
All right. Thank you. Well then, we start by pointing out the main issue for today's meeting. As everyone well known, most of the students in our university are currently learning from home due to COVID-19 pandemic issues that has affected everyone. Not only the people lifestyles and current economies are changing, so does education. Okay, so the main purpose of our meeting today is to observe whether the students from the elected courses we have selected are having the issues in online distance learning or ODL. So, is there anybody here wants to report any problem of your courses are having?
Me Firdaus. I would like
Yes.
to inform that the latest results of the students from the engineering course are not good enough. Their most
Mhm.
recent performances are quite lower than their previous semesters and it starts to decline by each semester.
Yes, I agree with Arif because same goes to the medical course students. Since online distance learning are implemented to our students and lecturers, the students' performance are not quite satisfied enough and everyone seems confused after the online classes.
Oh, I see, I see. It is understandable. Not everyone can handle and cope with online distance learning. Anyways, how about the TESOL students?
Okay, I think all of the students are facing the same thing, those. Therefore, TESOL students' latest results are also quite depressing. Most of the assignments are cooperative, but since it is done online, everyone just seems to only manage to finish their assignments and leave other things behind, which makes them confused the whole semester.
So, what are the possible reasons of the issue in your opinion?
For my course, I think it is because we are preferable for hands-on learning since we have a lot of experiments to do rather than learning theories in classes. It becomes more difficult when we have to learn through watching video from YouTube instead of doing it by ourselves. This makes us hard to understand because it needs a thorough explanation and having to touch or see the substances we use in the experiments will make it easier for us.
I totally agree and understand with Aina's explanation because the engineering course also involves hands-on learning. Moreover, learning mathematics through Google Meet are really difficult to some students. Maybe, in my opinion, we can do only the simple mathematics through online, but to relate the mathematics and to understand the formulas, it needs a brief explanation to understand, and even if any of us did not understand, not everyone could ask questions because a lot of factors. Some are not privileged enough to buy a proper internet plan for classes. Some might have problems with the connectivity, especially students who lives in rural areas.
Yeah, it is true. all of students have to rely on internet connection. And then what happens to students who lives in rural areas? It must be hard for them to learn properly. And they could only be living and maybe they don't even have a proper house. They could only be living under a shelter with limited sources, and they must use the money they have or spend for daily needs like food for living. So unless they stay in the university's dorm where they can get free internet connection every day and more other facilities they can use.
I see. All the things you have said are true, and I agree with that. So, what do you think are the proper solutions to all of these causes where the Students' Council could help?
For the medical course, I suggest to give permission for the students to stay at the university. This is because we need to use the facilities for a better learning session. It would be easier for us to go to the lab for making any experiments. Not only that, we could ask the lecturers straight away after the lesson, and this will make us understand better rather than watching videos at home, which only make us feel sleepy and accidentally fell asleep.
Yes, I agree. To make it more considerable for the Students' Council, the university could take the poor student who cannot really afford financially into the college and give us the permission to get across the state, because some of us have already contracted to landlords around the university area for rental houses. We could also afford the transportation for classes because we have cars and motorcycles, so carpooling is the best way for us. Students are also needed to check their temperature and give their metric cards to the security guards whenever we get into the university area. Izzah and me, as the representative of the medical course students, really hope you could consider about it for a better performance in future.
I have already written down your report and suggestion. For me, I think your suggestions are reasonable and I wish we could help you. But the decision to give you the permission would be under the high authorities of the university. We are afraid we could not help you with that. What do you think, Firdaus?
Indeed, your suggestion is out of control. Even if you have the biggest influence in university, your request is reasonable, and we hopefully wish we could help for things like this, but we cannot guarantee you that it will be approved. However, as the students' council, we will take these suggestions to high authorities, and you need to keep in touch with us through email, which is studentscouncil@uni.edu.my for any updates.
Okay, so my honest opinion as a treasurer, I think it would not really cost us a lot if we pick several students from each course to stay in the university. But if it is a long-term thing, it would not be a great idea. However, it all depends to the college authorities. We will do our best to help.
Understood and noted. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Um, Now is my time to speak on behalf of the engineering course. I suggest to do the same thing like the medical course. Why? Because we use a lot of machines and equipment, and without them, we could not really learn. Although we learn already the theories through online classes like Google Meet and YouTube videos. I think that is the best thing that you could do to help us.
Yes, Arif. Even worse, we are suggesting to delay the whole semester until the university are open to all, but that would leave a bad consequences to all sides who involved in this issue or not. That is why we propose to go back to the university so we can go to the workshop and use the equipments. I know it would be hard to be approved, but I really hope this suggestion could be considerate to the higher authorities.
I understood that your course needs to use tools and equipment workshop. But this suggestion, which is the same as the representatives of medical course, cannot be guaranteed because it is not under our power. However, we will let the upper authorities to take action regarding this issue.
What the treasurer said is true. We cannot promise that all of your suggestions will be affirmed, but for sure we will take this issue to the higher authorities. Sharifah, have you written down everything in this meeting?
Everything goes as planned, Firdaus. I have written down the important things in this meeting.
Good. So now let's the last representative from TESOL. What is your suggestions to help increasing your performance, the performance of your friends in online distance learning?
Okay, so Tesla does not really have hands-on activities like like medical and engineering course are. So my idea is to help the students who suffer from the internet connection and those who does not have facilities like smartphones or laptops. So I suggest the Students' Council to consider providing free internet plan for data and aid to buy laptops for students who in need. So we could help you by sending out an online survey and select those who really in need.
Yes, I agree. For the internet plan, the Students' Council can either send free SIM cards to their homes or allocate at least 30 ringgit into their bank account for internet where they can buy on their own. And for the laptop aid, the selected students would be given a cheap notebook under 400 ringgit per person for educational purposes only. And after they ended their studies, they can choose either to send the laptop to the university back or pay for the pay for the laptop. And the laptops can be sent through courier services like JNT Express.
Your ideas are interesting. Maybe we could help you with that because it gives benefits to both the students and university. So, what do you think, Syafiqah?
So I guess it is acceptable. I really like the idea where the students have the pay for laptop or send it to the university back because it would benefit us a lot in the long term. Sharifah, please put this in in the minutes of meetings because we will.
Sure thing, and I already jotted down the suggestion.
So we are the representative of the Students' Council have heard your reports and suggestions from the three of the courses that we have selected. We find out that there's a lot of problems that occur during the online distance learning, and you have already proposed your ideas for better performance in the future. So we will investigate and consider all this more in the next meeting. Is that okay?
Okay,
Okay.
okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay, okay.
Okay, so I suggest a new meeting on 12 December 2020 at 10 a.m. until 10:25 a.m. in the same meeting room. Any objections?
Mm,
No.
No.
okay then. So
No.
that concludes the meeting for today. See you guys in the next meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.